Hey growing people, welcome to the garden. Today I am showing you my rogue carrots. Now this is a 5-gallon grow bag of carrots that I initially planted last July, so that was 9 months ago since it's April now. And it actually, at the time, it didn't grow anything. It didn't grow anything at all. I think there were maybe 1 or 2 seedlings that came out and they were, half an inch high, and then they just stopped growing, even though I watered them just as much as the other bag, which actually grew and I was able to harvest. But this one didn't grow anything until I left it alone. I stopped watering it after a month or so of it not growing and not catching up with the other carrots that I planted. So, and this was all from seed. So I sowed the seeds and all the bags had the same soil, and just this one didn't feel like growing. So I stopped watering it and I just left it alone. And I've left it alone until now. And I've seen these, the carrot tops, they've been, just here and sprouted for a couple months now. And I just decided not to do anything with them. But if you look closer, you can see some of the tops of the vegetable. So you can see the top of the carrot there. And yeah, I didn't do anything with them. I had other things to tend to. So I'm not sure if these are too old to eat. They might be, I don't know. But I wanted to see if I can get them out of the ground and see if they're any good. So this dirt is pretty compact. I'm not sure why. Maybe that was one of the problems why the carrots didn't grow before. But again, all 3 bags of carrots had the same soil and only 1 bag grew. So I'm actually gonna add a little bit of water just to soften up the soil a little bit. And then I will just try and pull some of these out. And see what they look like. So that's not terrible. It looks pretty good. And there's this big one right here. I knew that I could keep carrots in the ground for a while, but I didn't know I could keep them for, most of the year, 9 months. But that is pretty big. And that's a good thing to know, that if I need to keep the carrots in the ground for an extensive amount of time for whatever reason, then they will be fine. I know carrots can overwinter pretty well. Just leave them in the ground in a mild climate at least. And sometimes even in harsher conditions in really cold areas. So this one is number 4. Let's see how many more I have. This one looks like a baby one. And it's interesting that this didn't grow even after being in the ground for 9 months. I think I'll put this one in my compost pile. All right, let's get this one here. Oh. That I think that's two growing really closely together. Either that or it's split. I know that carrots don't like any impediments to their growth in the soil. They don't like sticks or twigs, or they will grow, as they grow down, they will split. And maybe that is what happened here. But this is the first carrot that I've had that looks like this. The other ones, I guess I sifted the soil enough so that it didn't split or grow way too close together. So that's interesting. All right, so that's I want to say that's number 5. And here's another little baby one. Probably, I lost the top on that one. Yeah, another little baby one. And I know I grew a lot of these really close together, so maybe that could be a reason why some of them didn't grow. So let's get the last one out of here. It looks kind of big. Oh, and it is. That's a good size. All right, so that is our little rogue carrot harvest 9 months after they were planted. And I think I should eat one just to show that it's still tasty after all this time. So I'm gonna rinse off one of these. It doesn't need to be perfectly clean, I guess. Well, okay, cleaner than that. Okay, so here it is with most of the dirt off. I'm gonna take off this little end part of the root. And see how it tastes. Oh, that is really soft. That is not crunchy at all. It sounds a little bit crunchy, but when you bite into it, it's very, very soft and mushy and not the most appetizing, actually. Okay, so just this outer part is kind of mushy, but like the core or towards the center is still a little bit crunchy. Let me give it another bite and see if it gets any better. Yeah, interesting. Mushy on the outside, kind of woody tasting, if that makes sense, and just a little bit of crunch on the inside. I mean, it's still edible, there's nothing wrong with it. It just tastes, it tastes like, maybe like it's been sitting in the ground for 9 months. Maybe that's what it tastes like. So, I don't know if the bigger one is any better. I might try this one. Let me wash it off. Okay, so this one is a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna see if that makes any difference in how it tastes. Okay, so here goes. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's good. Not as good as the carrots that I harvested on time, but it's not like super spongy or anything like that, like the like the smaller carrot was. And it's mostly crunchy and it tastes really good. It has like an interesting like flavor along with carrot. It's hard to describe, but let me take another bite and see if I can describe it. Yeah, it's sweet, but it also tastes like, you know, sometimes you get a carrot that isn't so sweet. It tastes like a mixture of like sweet and like a little bit not sweet. And I think that's the best I can do with describing it. So don't throw your carrots away, even if, you know, they've been in the ground for a while and they look like they're not edible. They're mostly probably still edible. You could still chop these up, put them in a salad or put them in a smoothie. Something where you can, you know, blend it all together. And a lot of people like the carrot tops too. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything with the carrot tops or not. So I'm going to finish eating this one and then take these inside so that I can maybe put them in a smoothie. Maybe add them to a salad. Okay, that is all for my rogue carrot demonstration. And that's all for this video. We'll see you in the next one. And until then, grow something good.